back here with part 3 of the rankings of my PlayStation 3 games. This is 16 to 8. This is starting to get really hard. I had a little bit of a, I had to really think about these ones, and the next 8, the top 8 are going to be a real pain in the ass. But first one up here, number 16, is Resident Evil 5. It's a really cool game. It looks great. It doesn't have many scares in it, at least for me. There's not like too many atmospheres, like environments in the game that are really that creepy. A lot of it takes place during the day, or in daylight at least. But it's still a really good game. It's the 2 people here you use, Sheva, I think Sheva's her name, or Chris. But a lot of people said like the other AI partner would get in your way. I never really ran into that much, other than them like stealing ammo occasionally. But they never really got in my way, and they did help me out a bunch of times. It's it's alright length, I guess. It's not super long. It's shorter than Resident Evil 4 was. But it was still about like 12 or 13 hours that it took me. I think 13 or something like that. I played co-op online with someone. That was pretty cool. Didn't play a lot of it, just a little bit. That was kind of fun. You got some, as usual, you got the cool enemies and the Resident Evils. I downloaded one little expansion they had with Jill and Chris that leads up to the beginning of this one, like some of the cutscenes. And it like takes place in a mansion. It's like an exact duplicate to the one Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil. That really like had me craving like them to go back to like that mansion style. I'd like to see a game, with like a full game with the better controls in the mansion. That'd be kind of cool. But it's a pretty cool game though overall. It's got the Mercenaries too, which was in the 4th one, which is really fun. I played the hell out of that. But good game here, Resident Evil 5, number 16. 15 here is Eternal Sonata. This is a cool role-playing game. It's pretty good. I like the battle system. You can run around and wail on people. You got like a certain amount of time you can use each character, and it's like light and dark. So like you have different attacks if you're in the sunlight or in the dark. And like sometimes if you're in a tunnel, there'll be like candles lit in small lit up areas. Enemies will like change shape. They will turn into different enemies when they're in the light or the dark, which is like there's a good strategy in there and what you want to do, because some of the enemies hit the light, they're like that much harder, or if they hit the dark, they're that much harder, and they're like a lot weaker in whatever one they're in at the time, depending on what their strong point is, the light or the dark. But it has a really good look actually, this game. I love the art style and everything. This game's really cool. It's pretty long. I'm not completely done with it yet. I put in close to 30 hours probably, maybe about 25. But it's pretty cool. Decent voice acting in here. It's a pretty cool story. It's fun though. I've enjoyed it. Some parts pissed me off, but not that much. It's a really cool game. So now check this out if you're into role-playing games. It's a little hard to find now. I think I got it for like 30 new, and I think it sells for like 35 used now on GameStop. 14 here is Prince of Persia. This is a cool game. Another game with a really cool look. It's got like a cell shading type look to it. It looks really good. Combat's pretty fun. You only fight like one guy at a time, so it gives it more of like a movie type feel. But it's cool. I don't mind it that much. A lot of obviously cool platforming as always in the Prince of Persia games. Wall running and all that stuff. Swinging on the beams and all that crap. Jumping from like poles to poles and all types of stuff. It's really cool. I'm almost done with this. I still haven't beaten it yet. I've had it for a while, but I put it down, stopped playing it, then picked it up, picked it back up, and then stopped it. It's one of those games where I go bounce back and forth. But it's definitely really cool. I love the look, good voice acting. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy who voices Drake in Uncharted. But it's a really good game. Definitely check it out if you're into the Prince of Persia. Some people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. Prince of Persia, number 14. 13 here is Grand Theft Auto 4. This is a really cool game. I think I started playing it again, and I guess maybe I don't want to I soured on it a little bit. I still do love the game. Not nearly as much as like Red Dead Redemption, which is very high on my list. But it's still really cool. It's back, you're in Liberty City again. Obviously, it just looks a lot better than the one in GTA 3. But they modeled it after New York City. It's really good. There's a lot of good missions. Obviously, a lot of gameplay in this. There's some parts that pissed me off. Voice acting is good, as always. You got a little the funny stuff on the radios you hear. It's not as funny as some of the previous ones. It's a little more serious with the story and everything. A couple of different paths you can take towards the end for a different outcome at the end of the game. There's actually some really sick missions in here, like the bank robbery mission's really cool. A couple other good ones. The last mission's really cool too. But it's got the replayability because you can, or like good game length because you can go around and you know, do side missions and stuff like that. Go, you hop in the police cars and you find the criminals and hunt them down and stuff like that. It's a really cool game. It looks great. GTA 4. Number 13. Number 12 here is Assassin's Creed. I really like this game. A lot of people didn't like it. They said it got repetitive. It does get repetitive, but I mean, a lot of games get repetitive if you think about it. Maybe this is a little more annoying with the, you know, the repetitiveness, you know, because you're just pretty much just like pickpocketing people and like stuff like that each time. But I really liked it. It looks great, and you know, when you're climbing up stuff, it's awesome. Just the climbing up of buildings and towers and stuff, and then hopping into bales of hay. It's really cool, and the game looks great. Really looks really good, this game. But, you know, there's some parts that are a little annoying when like the people keep pushing you around, the lepers and stuff. That can get a little annoying. But and another thing is like the horse. Now you can never ride the horse fast, or the people outside will like chase you. It's kind of weird. You can't even run like at a normal gallop. You have to like go slowly. That's a little stupid, but I really like this game. I don't know. Like from the beginning and everything, it just looks great. The climbing and everything's good. Combat's pretty good. A lot of people like the sword play, but I enjoyed it. It was a really cool game. Good story in this as well. I still have to get the second one, but I really like this game. It's really cheap now too, under 20 bucks. But Assassin's Creed, number 12. Number 11 here is a recent game I got. Bioshock 2. Beat this one. This is a great game. The first one's good too. I don't know. I don't have the first one anymore. I sold it. But I don't know which one I like more. This one's really good though. Like it really started to like grow on me quickly, like to where I was like I needed to play it. It's really cool. You know, you do a lot of cool combat with the plasmids. He's got the drill now since you're like the Alpha series of the Big Daddies or whatever. You got the drill and other tough, cool weapons in there. You play as the little sister for a small period of time, which is kind of cool. You have to jab your little needle into the splicers and stuff to drain her at him. But it's really cool, you know. It's cool, you know, when you research guys. It's like fun trying to come up with like the best ways to like kill them and stuff. It's definitely a really good game. It looks great. Good atmosphere in this game. Definitely a really good game. Great voice acting, obviously. It wasn't the first one too. Definitely a really cool game. Bioshock 2, number 11. Top 10 now. I'm going to do the first two of my top 10. Number 10 here is Ratchet Clank Tools of Destruction. Love this game. This is the first Ratchet Clank game I've ever actually played. And I loved it. It was fun, man. Just blowing stuff up. The weapons are great, as always, with Insomniac games, just like the Resistance games and all these. From what I've heard, you know, they all have crazy weapons. It's really cool. It looks incredible, this game. It really does. It has a great look to it. It's really fun. A lot of cool planets you go to and stuff. It's a really good game. It's fun as hell to play. I played through it like 2.5 times. I think I'm on my third playthrough of it when I stopped finally playing it, but it's really fun. I still got to get a crack in time, which I really want to get that game, because I really love this game a lot. It's really fun. It's got some good humor in it as well. But Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction, number 10, and here's the last one today, number 9, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Great game. I had sold Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, because I have this one pretty much. It's like the same thing. Although I did, for whatever reason, kind of like the multiplayer in the other one, even though it's the same thing. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of a little weird. But it's a really great game. It's intense as hell, just like the last one, like super intense, just crazy shootouts and everything. It's great story in this as well. It's very intense. It's gripping, you know. It's a really good game. Multiplayer's obviously still good. There's other stuff too where you got like, I guess like challenge type modes. I forget what they call them. You gotta like in the 1 million. It takes place in like every board you were in. Like you gotta do certain things. Like the snowmobile board, you gotta take a race to see. You know, you gotta go through checkpoint type things. Cool stuff like that. Like you gotta disarm bombs in a certain amount of time. That's a really cool addition. It's definitely a really sick game. It's intense as hell. It looks great. Obviously good voice acting again in this. Had a lot of fun with this game. Modern Warfare 2. And that's that for now. And the last part will be coming soon. My top 8 games. But it's going to be a little tough. I'm going to be a little torn. But I think I have a decent amount of my decisions made up. But thanks everybody for checking out. And have a good day.